Okay, now let us look at question 2, okay, on the percentage yield questions. Okay, so question 2 here, they're saying in an experiment 5.5 grams of thionyl chloride, okay, was obtained from the reaction was obtained from the reaction of 5.8 grams of sulfur dioxide, okay, with excess phosphorus pentachloride here. Okay, so according to the following reaction, okay, so we have this sulfur dioxide, okay, this one here, it's reacting with the phosphorus pentachloride, okay, to produce thionyl chloride plus potassium chloride there. Okay, so what are we being told in this question here? Okay, what are we being told in this question? Okay, so we are being told that 5.5 grams, okay, of this SOCO2, this guy here, was obtained from the reaction, okay, of 5.8 grams of sulfur dioxide with excess. So this word here, excess phosphorus pentachloride, means that there's no need for us to find the limiting reactant. Okay, we just use the moles of this to uh, find the theoretical yield of this. Okay, because this one here is our actual yield, so we want to find the theoretical yield that was obtained. Okay, so the first thing is to check if your reaction is what is balanced. Okay, and as we can see there, the reaction is balanced. Okay, so how are we going to calculate the theoretical yield, okay, of this SOCO2? Okay, so we are going to take the molar ratio of the moles of sulfur dioxide to the moles of this guy. So let's calculate the moles of this guy here. Okay, so I'll go on this page here. So we're calculating the what? The theoretical yield of this guy in grams. Okay, so we are going to say moles of sulfur dioxide is equal to the mass of sulfur dioxide, which is 5.8, okay, divided by the molar mass of sulfur dioxide. Okay, so what is the molar mass of sulfur dioxide? From the periodic table you find approximately 64.07. Okay, so let's find the moles here. So we punch this value into our calculators. It's giving me a 0.0905. Okay, so this is what it's giving me as the moles of what? As the moles of sulfur dioxide. Okay, and then now from here we are going to get the molar ratio of sulfur dioxide to the phenyl chloride here. Okay, we see that the molar ratio there is just what? 1 to 1. Okay, so meaning the moles of sulfur dioxide are the same moles for what? Phenyl chloride here. Okay, so if I have 0.0905 here, it means even on the other one, since it's 1 to 1, I'm still going to have the same. Okay, moles. So these are the moles now for what? Phenyl chloride. Okay, so we are going to get these moles of phenyl chloride. Okay, remember we are finding our theoretical yield in grams. Okay, so we're going to get these moles of phenyl chloride, and then we are going to combine it with its molar mass. Okay, so what's the molar mass of phenyl chloride? Okay, so you just add the masses. You add the mass of sulfur plus the oxygen plus 2 of the chlorine there. Okay, you get approximately 118.97 grams per mole. So this is the molar mass. Okay, so in short, for us to find uh, the mass now there, okay, which will be our theoretical yield, we just have to multiply. So we're going to say mass is equals to moles multiplied by what? The molar mass. So moles 0. 0.0, okay, 905 multiplied by 118.97. Okay, so punch this onto your calculator and see what we get. Okay, so when I punch this onto my calculator, what is happening now? Okay, so when I punch this onto my calculator, I'm getting my theoretical yield as 10.78 grams. Okay, so this is what I get. And then to find the theoretical yield, we are just dividing this actual yield, okay, divided by, this actual yield that was given in the question, okay, which was the 5.5. We're dividing it with 10.58, and then we multiply by what? By 100. So let's show that now. Okay, so we're going to say theoretical yield. Okay, so we are going to say percentage yield is actually equals to the actual yield, which is 5.50 here, divided by 10.78. Then we multiply by what? By 100. Okay, so what are we going to get? So when I multiply this on my calculator, why are the pages changing? What's happening? Okay, when I multiply this on my calculator, I'm getting 51% as my what? Percentage yield. Okay, so any questions there?
No question.
All right, and then let's look at the last one, which is question 3. Okay. All right, so this is our question 3 here. Okay, so notice that on this question I added a bit of identifying the limiting reactant. Okay, so the previous two we are not identifying that. Okay,